You know, one thing that just blows my mind, alright? Look at this phone. Look how small it is, right? I'm not weirdly flexing or anything like that, but I'm going to weirdly flex. I took this photo. I don't know how. It is my most liked photo on Instagram. That's just something that confuses me to this day. Anyway, I took this photo on my phone the other night, and it's of my city of Melbourne. And I was pretty surprised with how it turned out for being a phone photo at night. If you want to see that photo, it's up on my Instagram at 7th Era, and you can go like it if you want. Up to you. You don't have to. You can just go look at it and not like it. But this photo was sort of last minute as I was just leaving the city, so I didn't really put much time or effort into it. And it got me thinking, I haven't really done a proper night photography shoot with my phone before. Like, I've taken photos at night with my phone, but haven't done a proper dedicated shoot with my phone. So tonight, that's what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure Mike's not doing anything tonight. Even if he is, I'm gonna convince him and we're gonna go shoot. Anyway, enough of me talking, let's go. So we just arrived in the city. I've got Mike here. I got Lamont here. I got Mike here, and we're at the first spot, which is an overpass. It's a bridge, and it's a perfect spot for long exposures. We've done this before with like long exposures, and it's worked out perfectly. But we've never shot it on our phones before, so I'm interested to see what sort of shots we can get.
I just realized, how are we going to get a long exposure with the phone?
Fuck.
And what are we going to stick it to even if we figure that out?
What about that app though? Remember that app
cool.
that
Okay,
you
wait,
use?
that solves that problem.
Yeah.
Then how are we going to keep it still?
I don't know, handheld, I guess.
Handheld.
So we're gonna try to do a handheld long exposure
All
with
right.
my phone.
Can we like
Shit.
tape it to the tripod?
Do we have tape?
Do we have tape?
I don't have tape.
I don't have tape. Either way, we'll try doing handheld. I think handheld will work because it's not gonna be, actually, handheld's not gonna work.
Handheld's not going to work. We're going to make it work.
We're gonna make it work
Let's go.
either way. Let's just do it.
Oh shit, get your phone out.
I was gonna have to do it on this normal app. I can't use the photo app.
Did you get the shot?
Oh my god, it's stuffing up. Come on.
Come on, get the shot. It's stopping, it's
Oh
stopping,
my
it's
God.
stopping.
Alright, it's stopping. Oh my god. What are the chances of that? The tram literally just stopped there as I was taking the photo, as I was running out of time. Alright, I'm pretty sure I got it. The tram came sort of last minute. We're gonna see if we got it. Fuck. That looks pretty good.
That looks sick.
I'm pretty happy with that. You probably can't see it. It's probably way too bright. Probably just
Dude,
overexposed.
have a look at these. They're all sick, man. I can't believe the quality on this thing.
I know,
bro.
and
It's
this is on a phone. Like,
I actually
on
can't
the phone.
believe it.
Oh, sick. I'm happy with how that shot turned out. We're gonna go head to another spot now. I have no idea where, but we'll find somewhere cool. Finally, I've done it. Now that I can say I've done a full shoot only using my phone, not my camera. So the spot that we went to was perfect for long exposures. As you saw, I've already taken a long exposure here before. But for my iPhone, I was finding it hard to take a long exposure because first of all, the app that I was using didn't really work. It was sort of lagging. And second of all, it's your phone. It's hard to keep it still. So I thought that it might be a better idea to go and use a normal camera app on your phone because it's really good. And I went for the still shot, which is the shot that I got tonight. Even though I didn't achieve that sort of light trail effect that I wanted to, I'm still happy with the photo that I got. So this is the original photo here. And I was reading one of the comments from my previous video. It was from you, Ben, and what you said was you wanted to see a bit more of the editing process. So we're gonna go jump into Adobe Lightroom, which is the software that I use to edit all my photos, and we're gonna go edit today's photo. Let's go. Okay, so straight off the bat, we can see that the colors of the image is pretty plain. Like, there's not really much going on because it's straight out of the camera. So the first thing that we want to do is add some color, and I'm just gonna go put my preset on, which is sort of my night iPhone photography preset. And as you'll see, it's just gonna add this nice blue tone to the image. So So in one click, you can see it's already really blue, and clearly it's way too blue. So obviously with presets, they're not always going to be the same for every single photo. So we're going to go fix this up by just dragging the temperature here. We'll just bring that to the right. So we got rid of some of the blues there, but I want to make the blues a bit more aqua. So we can just simply do that by going into the blue slider and just changing these blues here and just bringing that to the left a bit. As always, I like to bring the luminance up of the blues because it just brings out the details. Just like this, like before, after. And then I'm gonna go back up here, bringing down the highlights because they're way too blown out for me. Alright, let's see where we're at. See, already it's just way better just in those couple of clicks. Also, one thing that you should know about night photography with your iPhone is that, yes, the photos do look good, but there's not as much data in the actual image because it's a smaller sensor on your phone, obviously, compared to a camera. You don't want to over edit the photos, otherwise they're just going to end up really grainy when you zoom in. Essentially, you just don't want to over edit your night photos when you're taking them on your phone. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to get this middle part here. It's a bit too blown out, there's too much highlight, so I'm just going to press K, which is going to give me the brush tool here. I'm just going to decrease the size by just moving the slider down like this with 2 fingers, and then hold shift and do the same thing to move the feather down. And I'm just going to select over this area here, which is going to bring the highlights down. And then I'm going to bring the highlight slider down a bit. As you can see, that blows them out, that brings them down. I'm just going to paint over this sort of yellow section here in the middle. Also, I don't really like the color of it. It's really sort of a yuck, disgusting yellow. So the way I can get rid of that is by just getting the saturation here and just bringing that down. That's what it looks like with it up. Completely just absolutely disgusting, and then bring it down and it looks pretty good. And then I reckon we can add some blues into that, because why not? We're adding blues to everything, right? Alright, I'm pretty happy with how that's looking so far. There's just 2 more things that I want to do to the image before we export it. So the first thing is I want to make these city lights here pop a bit more. You just press Shift M, which is going to bring this sort of radial filter. You're just going to click and drag, and it's going to create like an oval, like a slim oval or whatever you want to call it. Drag that into the middle here, and then just literally bring the highlights up, and then, whoops, that's doing it the wrong way, so we want to click invert, bring the highlights up, which is going to do this. It's going to make those city lights pop a bit more. We'll just drag that up a bit, maybe even the exposure up a bit. Alright, so that just makes the city lights pop, and then the last thing we want to do, as always, is add a vignette to just bring the focus to the center of the image. And the way we can do that, once again, is by pressing Shift M, dragging from the middle, just create an oval, like a sort of the area that you want to bring focus onto, which is going to be inside this circle, and we're just going to bring the exposure down, and then that's going to really help hone in on the tram and just bring all the attention to the subject, which is the tram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm going to do to edit this photo. Didn't want to over edit it, so just thought I'd keep it pretty simple. Like, I just think it's awesome how you can literally go out and take photos on your phone nowadays. It's just cool because that means that everyone can take photos. No one's got an excuse anymore. So I've done my iPhone photography. Now it's your turn. I want you to go out and take photos on your phone, whether it's day or whether it's night. And if you do, tag me in it on Instagram and I'll let you know what I think. If you want to see this photo, which is the one that I took today, obviously, head over to my Instagram @7thera and let me know if you came from this video. That's pretty much the end of today's video. If you did like it, remember to leave a like and leave a comment, Remember to like this video and leave a comment of your favorite part of the video. Also, if you noticed something in the background's changed a bit from the start of this video, let me know in the comments below if you noticed it before I just told you then. As always, stay inspired, keep creating, and I will see you in the next one.